have already started in my village. I have created an agri-hub that can employ up to 2,000 persons. So I'm going to replicate that in so many places. I will even extend that. We'll have a plan to plant 10,000 palm trees in every local government. We wanted to do it in communities, but we'll start with local governments. So we'll have 50,000 in local government in the next 5 years. Once we start it, any government after the first 4 years, you can continue it. And they will put in processing zones that will process. Do you know we used to export palm oil in the past? Now we import. Now, in Owerri, there is an existing industrial cluster here without infrastructure. We'll put light in the first year of office, but without light, you can't have industrialization. So we'll put light, and then we'll put infrastructure for them. Then, around Ngobala area, first of all, I will activate our international cargo hub. This airport, since Mpakwe, has not been activated by anybody. So we'll activate it, cargo will be landing there. So we'll now do another agri-hub along the river banks. We have surveyed it. We are going to hit the ground running once we take over in January. We've even made arrangements for the funding and the financing. Now, in the health sector, I have already built 26 health centers. I'm 27. I've furnished 26 completely. But all the governments, they don't want to activate them because of politics. So now that I'm going to be your governor, I will activate them. So health will be one of my other priorities. So like I said, I won't take much of your time. We used to be number 3 in education. Now we are 24. Our teachers have all Japan. So I'm going to retrain the existing teachers so that we'll have quality education. With all this, we'll move ahead. And we don't need to borrow money. The workers, we're going to pay them, but it will take time. We'll look at the debt portfolio and see how we can spread it over some time. I think I've said enough. Thank you very much.
I said no clapping, no, please. No. Simple instruction. You will not hear. No clapping, please. All right? Thank you very much. Yes, I'm sure those of you that manage to have your questions ready, because I'll come and start from your side. If you don't ask questions, they will enter 1,000. Please. Okay. It's still the town hall meeting put together by JDPC, Caritas Owerri JDPC, the National Voter Drive Coalition, and the Imo Advocacy Group. And it's a platform which we created so that citizens can interface with the government candidates ahead of the 11/11 2023 elections. And you agree with me that yes, you've seen some ideas, but there are still going to be more. Okay? At this juncture, we call on the candidates. Yes, we call on the candidates of the Action Alliance in the person of Major General Ogunewe Lincoln Kenene. You're welcome, sir. It's your turn.
I greet the organizers of this program, and I thank and greet my fellow candidates. Thank you for introducing UN Security Council rule. No clapping, no matter how sweet the speaker has spoken. I'm Major General Lincoln Koyemre Jack Ogunewe, the candidate of Action Alliance, and I'm here to present my manifesto. Before that, I want to stand here and say that my heart goes to Imolites and residents in Imo that have been violently killed. My heart goes to them, may their souls rest in peace. My manifesto is anchored on 4 thematic areas. First, security, justice, and protection of human rights. 2, tackling unemployment and improving Imo utilize productive capacity. 3, infrastructure, well-being, and quality of life. And last, Imo good governance. I start off from security. Security is an important commodity. You will notice it's important when it's absent, like we are seeing today. We are in a deep mess. Insecurity has taken over Imo State, and without it, we will not have any room to move ahead. I have mapped out how insecurity will be handled in Imo State. I'm coming from a security background. I understand that you must understand the interface of the national security architecture, national security policy, national defense policy, so that when you are interacting with some of these agencies in this area, you are operating from position of strength, position of knowledge. Secondly, how do we make sure that we achieve peace in Imo? First and foremost, I will convoke what I call Security Summit. That Security Summit, everybody will be involved. The traditional rulers, the clergies, those in government, those in academia, even some of our sons that are in the bush, we'll bring them. They should come, let's reason together. Because to solve insecurity, you need to negotiate, you need to pacify, you need to integrate into the society. Another area you think of is how many of our sons and daughters that are in detention centers in Imo State. We must get such statistics. We must provide legal services for them to make sure that for somebody to think that he will take the liberty of an Imolite, he will think twice. 2, we must establish a community policing network kind of vigilante system that will not be armed. They will be equipped with vehicles, equipped with communication agencies. Since I understand the national security authority, there will be an interface for them to operate effectively with their security agencies. And lastly, on that, I will make sure that we establish what I call Security Intervention Fund. When I interacted with our diaspora brothers and sisters, I told them that the millions you are spending hiring security agents for protection, paying $5, $10 a month into this intervention fund will help. But it's going to help us in making sure that we maintain some of the agencies that we are going to create. Secondly, I said tackle unemployment and improve the quality of life of Imolites. It's very simple. You look at the ease of doing business in Imo State. How difficult is it for investors to come? And all these things will take creating the right policies, creating the right laws, enabling laws, to make sure that people will come here freely to do business. Imo youths have creative energy. They have creative energy that when they tap into a good enabling environment, the sky will be the limit in Imo State. Also, I talked about infrastructure, well-being and quality of life. This is covered in agriculture, health, and education. We are going to make sure that we provide quality and effective services in this area. And we talked about Imo good governance. Imo governance will involve transparency in government. It will involve that every stakeholder will be involved before a decision or a policy is involved. That is what they call stakeholders buy-in into a government policy. And with transparency in government, you will go a lot, you will achieve a lot. People will believe you. My government will not only be transparent, it will be seen to be transparent. I will end up by an example. Imo Airport was built because of transparency in government. We believed in the transparency of government of Samuel Mbakwe. We saw it. When he made a clarion call that we needed an airport, every person keyed into that, and knowing fully well that his government showed us transparency, showed us accountability, showed us honesty. So, my manifesto is not too focused, easy to understand, easy to follow. And by the time you go through it, you discover that it is very, very simple to end insecurity in Imo State. It will be very, very simple for businesses to return to Imo State. It will be very, very simple to network, even with. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We can now give a wonderful round of applause to all the candidates. Some people have asked how come we only have 6 of them on the stage instead of 17 of them that are gunning for the #1 position in the state. And for people that are just coming in, I said it earlier on that while we're planning this town hall meeting, a poll was ongoing to select the top governorship candidates in the forthcoming elections. You understand? And this went around the state. And from the collation of results, these 6, there are 5 here because the governor of the state is not here, emerged the top rated or top candidates for the election. And that's how we brought them. It has no way negated the fact that other candidates are in the race. It has no way negated the fact that there are 17 candidates in the race. And it is just based on what we can handle. If we had the wherewithal to handle the 17 of them, they would have been here. Alright? So that's that. At this juncture, it's time for the interactive session. Questions will be asked. You've heard insecurity is a major challenge. Insecurity is a major challenge. Local government autonomy, unemployment, industrialization, infrastructure. It goes on and on and on. You understand? Even revenue generation, ease of doing business. You had everybody touching on one thing or the other. So the question just started coming in torrents. I think my anchor and I will throw the first few salvos of questions to the candidates. And right after that, we'll probably open for 1 or 2 from members of the audience. And then we'll do a wrap-up, and we call it a wrap. Okay, so that's that. Are you ready? You have the first question, and we'll see first. Okay, let me start. Okay, I'll start from the first candidate.
And so far, you have been very, very wonderful. This is just like here, ladies and gentlemen who respect themselves, happen to find themselves. Thank you very much. We are about dishing out just some little things to give to the stomach, water and snacks. Kindly do it like a gentleman so that we can continue the way we have been doing. You have been wonderful, and I hope you will respect this. Thank you very much.
All right, to reiterate that fact is that while the questions and answers are going on, water and snacks will be served. Please, let's do it with decorum, no noise making. Sit down, the ushers will do it diligently, I assure you. So, I need one usher here. I need one usher here on stage. Quickly. And yes, for the questions, once we throw the question, the candidate has 2 minutes to give us the answer, and we move to the next one, and it goes on and on and on like that, until we call it a wrap. Okay, so please, you go on stage. Once the question is asked, you give the candidates the microphone. You can sit down, please. We want to relax. You know, when you feel you cannot project while sitting down, you feel to still use the rostrum. All right, but you can sit down to answer your question. Well, please. Okay. I need an usher on stage with the microphone going round, please.
And while the motion is coming to, don't forget that we are streaming live across the entire globe from various broadcast outlets, both conventional and online. On Facebook at Imo Advocacy at Facebook.
All right, is the usher there? Please give him a microphone so that you give to the candidates once the question is addressed to him or her. We'll start with the first candidate that mounted the rostrum in the person of Sir Tony Njenje. First, you tell us what is your motivation to run for this position. Then you mentioned the fact that your administration will anchor on digital economy. Can you throw more insight on that quickly? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Let me start with the digital economy. Digital economy, in the sense that we need to have the infrastructure backbone to run our economy. One is going to improve our business operations in every facet. Two is going to create a lot of opportunities for our youth to get engaged entrepreneurially. The digital economy, what I intend to do is to set up tech hubs in 3 senatorial zones where our youth are going to be properly empowered with the right skill set. I talked about project management, I talked about customer service, I talked about data analysis, business analysis, and all that. Once they are properly trained, like the counterparts in India, they will remain here in Imo State, providing services across the globe. That's what we intend to do with digital economy. Not like what the administration is promising to ship 4,000 youths across the overseas. No. What we intend to do is to make sure that our youths remain here, they are well equipped, and they are able to sell their services across the globe. We're opening up the global technology and digital marketplace for them. That's what I mean by that. And also, we're having the right infrastructure, what I call the fiber optics technology. What that does also is to give us the backbone so that businesses that come in, businesses want 2 things. They want power, they want access to internet. Okay? Once you have that, you can do business. The infrastructure provides also opportunities for our people to get engaged entrepreneurially. Just like you have the Globe and MTA, look at what happens. They are retailing data, they have agents. So power alone, or telecom alone, you can retail and you can become agents. As far as power is concerned, we want to focus on renewable energy.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Remember, you have the second question.
Okay, I have the next question for Chief Okeri John Jude. Okay, it's one thing to talk about investment and opportunities, job opportunities, and another thing to have strategic plans for it. So my question goes this way. How do you plan to attract investment and create job opportunities to enhance the economic well-being of Imo residents?
Yeah, thank you. Job creation is not rocket science. And I'll tell you. First, we are going to go to the State Assembly and get the authorization to set up 6 new higher institutions in the state. And these 6 new higher institutions will be an instrument to use education to boost our economy. When you get 6 higher institutions, you are creating jobs, you are bringing new people into our space. And when you bring new people into our space, as young as they are, they'll bet in the state, they will eat in the state, they will clothe in the state. That way, you're opening room for new enterprises, for small businesses to start. Now, we're also going to, through transparent leadership, encourage our brothers in the diaspora to come into our space and invest. And when they invest, you create more jobs through local businesses that have been set up. And remember, when you create these facilities, the space also opens for real estate, because you now have more people living in your space, you now have more people who will be in need of where to sleep and where to rest their head. So real estate will also boost for that simple instrumental decision to open your space to businesses. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, I've been told to stay here to ask my question. Please take the microphone to the PDP candidate, the person of Distinguished Senator Sam Dadi Anyao. All right. Okay, now, sir, you talked about ease of doing business. You talked about the laws and revenue due to insecurity in the state. These are some of the economic challenges you raised out in your manifesto. And now the question is this: what is going to be your strategy to improve the state's economic stability and growth if voted into power?
Well, very simple. First, we'll talk about the economy. And for us to create economic stability here, we have to first of all ensure that there is security in this place. Once there is security, business will spring up. We have investors who are ready to come to Imo State to invest. Once the place is secured, they will come. I will create a tax concession. Give them tax waiver to invest. Once you create tax waiver, they will come, because to start a business here takes some time. Improve on power. If you remember, some Bakwe built a power station at Amarako, which was taken away. If we improve on the power here, the economy of this place, every facet of the economy will definitely grow. And it will create stability by ensuring that the people who have their business here will believe in the government. They are running a transparent government which will help in creating stability. Because when you run a transparent government and include the people in there, they will definitely develop this place, and there will be economic stability in this state.
Thank you very much. The next question is for Senator Atan. Forgive me for any blunder at John. And you talked about security. Please help me give us Senator Atan. You talked about security, and my question goes this way: how do you intend to collaborate with security agencies and engage with local communities and enhance overall security within the state?
It's a very straightforward question. Of course, that's why I'm limiting the vigilante to local government, because I've tried it out. I tried to, with my community, tried to set up one. Found out that they couldn't carry the financial burden. So you set it up at the local government level, where they will be paying them salary. They must now collaborate. That's part of the law I'm going to say to the others. First law, they will collaborate with police. Police will train them, of course. Police, civil defense, DSS will work together with them. So that is very straightforward. But let me add something. You didn't ask why I'm running for governor. I'm running for governor because the whole place is a mess. I want to create an enabling environment for Igbos to come home and invest, which is why I've been championing Akurulo in the last 20 years. So that's why I'm running for governor. Because, you see, I was expecting that we should present our CV what we have done wherever we had worked before, which shows our capacities and capabilities. But anyway, we were not asked, so much. That's why I'm running for government, to create an enabling environment for Igbos who are being chased all over Nigeria to come home and invest. And they're going to follow me once I take over. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And now it's turn of the General, General Lincoln Ogunewe. Yeah, first and foremost, the question is this: can you describe your professional experience and how it is relevant in governing a state like Imo? One, and secondly, give us a better insight into tackling the security challenges. Thank you very much.
My professional experience is out there in the public domain. I've served creditably, nationally, within the sub-region, continentally, and internationally, up to the United Nations Security Council. I sat in chamber for more than 2.5 years. So that has given me a lot of insight. That has given me a lot of understanding that the best way to run government is applying best practices in government. That gives a level playing ground for everybody to operate. Once laws are cast in stone, every person will be compliant with it. But if laws are cast, some people are compliant, no consequences, that is the beginning of problem in a society. And if you ask me how will I tackle insecurity in the society or in the Imo State, I'm coming from the security sector where I served for more than 35 years as an officer. If you include 3 years cadet training, that's 38 years. I have contact, I have reach, I have understanding of what the national security architecture is all about. The national security policy, the national defense policy. I know how to reach out and explore this thing to make sure that you will not have kind of overreach by security agencies who are operating in Imo State. Secondly, I want to tell you that anywhere you have conflict, you cannot resolve it by arrogance, you can't resolve it by threat, you can't resolve it by guns, you can't resolve it by bullets. Conflicts everywhere in the world is settled on the negotiating table. All wars, whatever, negotiating table. Why can't we negotiate with our sons and daughters? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mine goes to Sir Anthony. Now, let's talk about issues affecting the states. Imo State faces challenges in health.
Please, we are eating. We can eat and listen attentively. Please make it peaceful. Please. This is the meat of today's event. Their ideas and how they intend to help us take our state to a greater height. So please, let's listen attentively so that we can make informed choices during the ballots. Thank you very much. All right, go ahead.
Okay, back to the question. So Imo State faces challenges in healthcare, education, and infrastructure. So my question goes like this. How will you ensure that essential services like healthcare and education are accessible and of high quality for all residents of Imo State? Sir Anthony, I've got candidates.
Thank you. Very simple. I talked about making sure that we return democratic accountability at the local levels. That means making sure that the top tier level of government is activated. Again, what that does is brings development down to the grassroots. So everything runs within the local government circle. Education runs under that. Primary healthcare center runs under that. And even road infrastructure runs under that. It will interest you to know that Nigeria has 200,000 square kilometers of road. 18% of those roads are federal roads. 16% of those roads are state roads. 66% of those roads are local government roads. So everything runs within the local government. When a local government is financially and operationally independent, then it works. The primary healthcare centers will run. They will be close to the people, and they will be accessible. Then if we now employ technology, that means in every primary healthcare center, there is drugs available, there is a nurse available. With internet, a doctor can also do telemedicine and be able to see the patient while not even in the office. That is what happens. So the top tier level of government must be functional, because that brings the whole thing down to the grassroots, to the center, to the people at the bottom. Thank you.
All right. On the heels of that, let's look at the next question. Okay. Imo is said to be an agreeable society. Has a very good landmass. This question is for you. And yes, you mentioned the fact that you're looking into sports, entertainment, and some, but of course you know that food is necessary. So we want to know, how do you intend to, galvanize your agricultural policy to be able to boost agriculture in the state? Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. You very much agree with me that food allows us to be able to go through our daily chores, our daily activities, and also recalibrate our brain. Now, Imo State is over 60% an agri-based economy, because in our local communities we have different local communities who are big in agriculture above everything. We have local government who farm large in cassava, we have local government who farm large in yam. So we are going to identify every local government by their strengths and now begin to engage more training, more reorientation to make them boost the capacity of food production. And through the capacity of food production, you also know that when you have a large bank of food, now you need to process it to get it dry for preservation and for market. So we're going to open our agri-hub to exportation. That is where the money is. We're also going to open these hubs to processing, because when you process them, you have them preserved for tomorrow, and you can also move them around Nigeria, around the nation to make more money. So we are going to take agriculture as an entrepreneurial business to boost and re-engineer the economy of our state. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And now to the PDP candidate. Sir, yes, you all agree with me that IGR is necessary for development. The question is this: how do you intend to increase internally generated revenue on one hand, and how do you intend to create tax safety nets, including income tax, property tax, and sales tax, so that business will move in the state? Thank you very much.
Well, first of all, you have to create the enterprise. You have to create the entrepreneurship of the state. Because for the revenue of the state to grow, all the skill acquisition programs, petty traders must be encouraged. And once encouraged, and get a very clear environment for them to develop, they'll be able to pay tax. They'll be able to, when people encourage, give the environment, and then stop double taxation, people will be able to pay the taxes, and that will increase the revenue of the state. I can tell you that in Imo State, in the last 3 years, the entire revenue of the state before this present administration was about 1.6 billion a month. But because there was no encouragement, that business had closed down, the entire revenue of the state had nosed dived to about 600 million. So when we come on board, we encourage our local entrepreneurs. We encourage business premises. We make sure we create a enabling environment. Make sure that we create a middle class, because one of the problems we have is that we have the rich and the poor. That's not middle class. And then when we build the middle class, that middle class will also help to increase the revenue of the state. And we encourage investors to come and give them that concession. When they give them that concession, they will be able to ensure that they develop the place, and then the revenue of the state will grow. Now, it is important to say this. The creative industry is one thing that can create revenue of the state.
Thank you very much. And the next question is for the Labour Party candidate, Senator Atta. Now, my question was that it's still under youth empowerment. Can you outline your specific plans to engage and empower the youth in different zones of Imo State, addressing their unique needs and challenges?
The jobs we are going to create is for the youth. We are not going to say, okay, this is empowerment for the youth. We are going to stabilize the economy so that youth can have access to jobs. But once we have light and the infrastructure, tech hubs will naturally spring up everywhere. We are creating tech hubs. We have the Manifesto, but I didn't want to talk about it because already once you have power everywhere, which is what I'm going to achieve in my first year in office. Once you have that, these young boys, when they just buy a laptop and you have internet, they'll create jobs, they'll apply for jobs from Canada, America, everywhere. Outsourcing. It's in our manifesto. And then I'm giving women 45%, so that there will now be a lot of empowerment for women. But now, since I have a little time after the answer, I want to appeal to Imolites, to appeal to my brothers here. Let us all come together. Imo is dying, so that we can salvage it and face the election together. They are my friends. I believe that we can work together. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And yes, after this question, we'll now come to the audience. Some of you have been sending questions to me. I don't know if I'm supposed to read out that one. I'm going to give you the microphone. This question. Yes, looking at what is the legacy, infrastructural legacy you want to leave if you emerge governor on one hand, and how you tinkering or galvanizing the people to support your candidacy. Thank you very much.
I believe that the legacy I will leave is based or will be based on my past. You have to look at my character, look at my credibility, look at my history, and know that I'm a man of my words. If you are talking about legacy I want to leave in government is bringing best practices in government. Just like I said, there are laws that are international laws. For instance, you're talking about how women involved in government. There's an affirmative action by UN that Nigeria is signatory to, that 35% of jobs will be reserved for women, and I understand that. Also, there are affirmative action for youth. So, talking generally about the legacy I will leave a legacy that will leave Imo State on a trajectory that will be a kind of building block. There will be security in Imo State. There will be conducive environment for investors to come in. High tax regime will be looked at because high taxes kill investment. It drives away investors. So these are areas where you look at it, they see that Imo will be developed to a very productive state, like its counterpart, Ogun State, that has left us behind in terms of development and ease of doing business.
Thank you very much. Gradually, we are about to end this program for the want of time, both for the candidates and for all of us who are going also for some other important things today. We are giving concession. One person is eyes, one person here, one person there again. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. And we close. And 5. 5 and we close. So exercise patience now. We're about to round up. God bless you as you comply. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Father Dr. Gerald Njenje. Quick. No, don't worry. Please, I want to implore all the candidates, while you are wrapping up any question that is given at you now from the audience, have this question in mind. If any of you fail to win the election, will Imo still be safe? And will staying in Imo still be guaranteed? So put that at the back of your mind. It's a question from the floor, and I think it's very critical. So we are starting here. Okay, sir, quickly.
Generally concerned, you mentioned that we use the local government to curb security. What package do you have for the local government administration as regards to development and security? Thank you.
Thank you, General Lincoln. Okay, answer that quickly. Answer that quickly.
Thank you for the question. Local governments are closer to the people. So if you ask what is the package I will use in tackling insecurity for the local government, understand that local government is the first tier of security architecture in Nigeria. So anything you are doing, you must involve one, the President General of the Town Union, the youth leaders, the agents, in forming a kind of vigilante system that will not be armed, but they will be equipped to provide intelligence to security agencies that will act in any way that is within the law. Because if you form vigilantes and arm them, they will, just like experience yourself, they will end up not using the arms the way they're supposed to do. I'm talking from a background that I know very well.
All right, thank you very much. Who is your question for? Who? No, we don't want all of them to choose. Who is your question for? Huh? It's not possible. The other candidates, I'm leaving this time. Okay, the lady, who is your question for? Okay, sorry. Who's your question for, sir? No, it's already here. That's already here. Who's your question for?
Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This question goes to the candidate of PDP, Senator Samuel Ayao. Distinguished Senator, sir, we have heard some candidates tell Igbo people that they will secure employment for them in Europe and Canada. How do you intend to take care of youth restlessness in the state when you become governor?
All right, Senator Sam Daniel, please.
Thank you very much. First of all, I am not going to encourage or export Imo youths to Europe to learn for job. There's not like 4,000 jobs in Europe. First, I want you to understand that in 2007-11, the former governor of the state, Hakim, created 10,000 jobs. Those 10,000 jobs were youths who were documented and paid salary for 4 months before they stopped them. Once I'm elected and sworn in by January 15th, I'm going to reinstate those jobs. That will create 10,000 jobs first. Secondly, I am going to conduct a democratically elected local government system. I am a product of local government. If you conduct local government election, direct employment is 1,501. So if you multiply it by average of 4 families, that would be about 6,000 people. 7,000 people. You have created job employment. Now, in Ohio, where you have the oil, there is other palm. Other palm there is Moribond. It's a government state. We are going to rebuild, reconstruct other palm. Other palm will create jobs for the youth.
All right, thank you very much. Who is the question for?
Yes, this question is for Senator John, the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate. Sir, how do you intend to replicate your wonderful Akuro policy? How do you intend to bring the Imo diaspora from the big cities in Nigeria and even overseas to come and help you with the Akuro investment program?
All right, thank you very much.
That's a very straightforward question. This is what I've been doing in the last 20 years. I have one in Imo, where I come from. Then for the diaspora, I set up a bank also called Imo Bank that is going to interact with the diaspora. Then as a governor, this thing is just to create. I have the contact for the financiers. I have had experience. That was why I talked about CV. The major financiers in East Africa that will bring money have personal relationship with me. So as a governor, I'll bring them here and they will fund all these transactions. Thank you very much.
All right, so okay.
Of ease of doing business. Would you kindly, in specific terms, tell us the specific items on ease of doing business that you have come to cure? Because Imo is down the ladder on ease of doing business. And if you are not too sure, then I'll give you the specific ones. Then the second one is on issue of security. You are a general and you are a practicing politician. And you agree with me that you've had the general election. What in specific terms did you do during the general election to cure the security lapses, to avoid issues of carrying ballot boxes, to avoid issues of uploading fake results in the state? And then
Chief Joyce, thank you very much for that direct serve of me. I appreciate it. We were in the UNN together, and it's there that we build relationships. So I thank you for your question. If you are asking what did I do, I'll start from the last one. As a general, to make sure that electoral malpractices did not happen in Imo. I think that is a real question to start with. I am not INEC. I am not the lead agencies involved in the election. The only thing I could do was in advisory capacity. Do this thing right, do this thing right, and do that is it. I'm not general for conduct of elections. Thank you. time around, every person, all hands must be on deck. I will play my own part. No person will intimidate you. Your vote will count, and your vote will be protected.
No clapping, please. No clapping.
So, you talked about ease of doing businesses. If you check, I don't think we have any enacted laws that are specific that this is what and what we are doing. And those we have, they are very, very obsolete. For instance, if you talk about the tax regime in Imo State, if I ask you the specifics, you won't be able. It's something that somebody will wake up in the morning, impose tax. No benchmark for this. And there's one thing I learned about Africa going abroad. There's a place they went to borrow, and they told them just a second that what Africa needs is not borrowing, but it's high tax regime. High tax regime kills investment, and I will
right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The last question here.
Yeah. It is good to be a gentleman. As a little government, my name is Imo Presidential. We do respect. In the event of winning election, I wish you don't. Shall we be fortunate to stay in Imo State? In the event of not winning this election, you don't. How fortunate shall we be staying in Imo State? What advice? Let us how fortunate shall we be happy as a government? Thank you.
Where's the question? Where's the question?
I said, in the event of winning the election, how fortunate shall we be happy staying in Imo State?
All right, thank you very much. I think it has come to the end of the questions right now. Please, we have to acknowledge some people that have actually helped in ensuring that this whole
We are streaming live across the entire globe from various broadcast outlets, both conventional and online. We have over 100 persons who are joining us via Zoom and Facebook and on YouTube. So we want to appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining us today.
all right, I think at this juncture, you recall that at the beginning of the program, the 5 candidates that were present, because the APC candidate, who happens to be the governor of the state, is absent at this town hall. But as it is, they signed a peace accord, and that peace accord is to tell us that they are ready to ensure that come 11/11/2023, that everything goes smoothly, and that each and every one of them will have the election peacefully from wherever they are, in conviviality and harmony. So right about now, certificate is going to be presented, and at this juncture, I will call on INEC representative is here. INEC representative is here. Okay? Yes, you can see him standing there. But because he came in when the debate was ongoing, you know, we couldn't. All right, at this juncture, we will hand over the microphone to the director of JPPC, Reverend Father Dr. Gerald Njoku, to present the certificate to the candidates that graced this town hall meeting. Thank you very much.
This town hall at the beginning is different. Blue or black.
Excuse me. At the beginning of this occasion, I remember vividly the particular paragraph where our bishop cautioned or urged the INEC to play their role, very important. And you came late to this occasion. We informed you earlier that you should also have been here, because this is part and parcel of what we are doing very here. Please, we urge you again to be prompt and in everything you do, beginning now and then
till the end of this election. Thank you very much. I want to, in one word, thank everybody that came to this call. You are vulnerable, and God will continue to bless you. We are about to round off now. In about 5 minutes' time, we will leave this hall. God bless you.
Calling on Sir Anthony Njenje to come collect his certificate of participation at the town hall meeting for Imo State Government today, 22nd of October, 2023.
Observing you as you end your campaign every other thing we ought to do, we have done. We have deployed advanced system materials to the local government. We have engaged stakeholders, different strata of stakeholders, some of whom have attended our events. We have secured assurances from security agencies that they are going to provide enough security. So we are urging you, please, to turn out your numbers to exercise your franchise. Don't be deceived by people who tell you that the results have been written. I want to tell you that nobody has cited the sensitive materials, not even an chairman, not the rep, not myself. Nobody will see it. Go come out in mass. The figures will be used to do accreditation and to upload results. Please, you know, only 3 states are involved. And I need to say this because people have exaggerated fears about what might happen. Only 3 states, which means all the security assets will be concentrated in 3 states. We are going to have a cost of security. Come out, nobody will be able to intimidate you. INEC will provide level playing ground for everybody. And so you can be assured that we are going to have free, fair, and credible elections on November 2023. Once again, I thank you very much for this beautiful gathering, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, esteemed corporates in the audience. We really appreciate you for staying to this very moment. Next is votes of thanks by Laboratory Kingston. Thank you.
How will I shut down?
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Njenje Laboratory Kingston, and we are very glad to have come this far in this effort. I want to appreciate candidates who have shown up to this program. This program is for 2 clients, those listening on radio, those joining us on social media, and those present today. It is very significant. And by showing up today, you have shown that indeed you understand the importance of engaging the public in the discourse of democracy and election. So on behalf of this coalition of the JDPC Owerri Catholic Diocese, National Pastoral Coalition, and the Imo Advocacy Group, I want to thank you. Thank you to our esteemed audience. Thank you to everybody who has put in one effort or another to make this day a success. The 11th of November is the destiny for the soul and future of Imo State. And every one of us here has that responsibility to make it happen. I wish us the best of luck at the polls for the candidates and of course every citizen of Imo State. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, final prayer from the director himself. Final prayer, then the national anthem, and we all disperse. Thank you very much.
May we start. We give you thanks, O Almighty God, for this great opportunity you have given us today to express our sentiments, to express our joys and our hope for the success of the upcoming election, November 11th, 2023. Bless everybody that have come here today and bless their ways as we are retiring home to our various destinations. Send your angels to guide, protect us, lead us safe to our various destinations. And for our brothers who were unable to come on account of sickness, on account of one reason or the other, you only know. Give everybody his or her due rights. And in the end, may the blessings we can receive today in this mountain of yours lead us through to our lives and our Christian faith. And may all glory continue to belong to you through Christ our Lord. Amen. The Lord be with you. And may the blessings of Almighty God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit descend upon you and remain with you now and forevermore. Amen. National Anthem. Of the Lord, this occasion is ended. Peace be with you.